Good morning. I have finished painting the canvas that I've been saying that I want to try and finish for many a video now. I'm now just waiting for the paint to dry. I put an extra layer of black oil paint on because I wanted to darken the black areas of the oil painting in the X-ray, but that means it's going to take another period of time for that to dry until I can then varnish the entire piece and colour it finito. In the meantime, I have lots of fun ideas. If you want to play Codebreaker, I'm going to show you a little sneak peek, but you can't tell anyone if you figure it out. So that's all I'm going to show you. So this is my plan for this month. I have a fun trip coming up at the end of January. We're going back to Malaysia for at least 3 weeks. I might stay out a little bit longer unless the UK beckons me back. Out of these projects, Blaze, stop barking, man. Blaze. Okay, so I was thinking, what's the first project that I would like to do? Because ideally, I'm going to try and do as many of these projects as I can and get them filmed before we actually leave for Malaysia, so that I have a backlog of videos to post in case I'm not able to film content that I'm satisfied with while I'm out there. I'll definitely be able to get some really exciting food content, really exciting travel content, but I don't know if this is the space for that in such a large quantity right now. I still want to have loads of art, and I want to use this as an opportunity to push myself because I work best when I'm under time pressure, and this is time pressure indeed. So really exciting times. But anyways, I digress once again. What I'm trying to say is that while I was thinking which one of these I'm going to do first after I finish my midnight hour painting, I went downstairs and my mum pulled me aside and she was like, "Kat, I need to talk to you about something." And I said, "Oh dear, this sounds like it's going to be a lot of work." And she took me to one of my old paintings and she says, "You need to change something about this painting." And I was like, you are right. So I took my old painting off of its place where it's been hanging for about a year now, and I brought it back upstairs with me, and I'm going to fix it. What needs fixing, you may ask? Isn't it already a perfect and beautiful painting? It is pretty beautiful, but it's not perfect yet. When I painted this painting, it was literally just after I had accepted Christ. I hadn't been baptized yet. It was just in my first year of kind of figuring things out for myself and reading the Bible and starting to pray and stuff. And in that time, I didn't really know the things that I know now. But what I know now is that there are certain icons, ideas that have certain meanings and stories behind them. And as someone who wants to be a representative of light, of good things, of things that are pure and things that are holy, as far as I am able to within my own waking conscience, I need to be someone who isn't flippantly using symbols as if they don't actually have any meaning about them. On the robe that I am wearing in this portrait, there is a dragon sitting on my chest, and it's got its like limbs and body parts kind of wrapping all the way around me. In the Bible, the dragon is associated with the devil. So at the time I just thought dragons are really cool because my Chinese zodiac is a dragon. They fly in the sky, they breathe fire, and they look like flying horse snakes. As a shape, as a form, dragons are cool. But very unfortunately, they have negative connotations within the Bible, and the Bible is now my book for life. And I trust the Bible more than I trust myself and my own penchants for shapes. So basically, we're not okay in this household any longer with having a dragon wrapping itself around my body and holding me in bondage, because I'm free from all of that stuff now. So symbolically, this dress is history, and I'm a new creation now, and with that new creation, I am clothed in Jesus Christ. And that means that I can't be wearing clothes with dragons on them. So the painting is back in the studio now, and she's about to get some work done. So what I've done is I've taken a photo of the canvas as it is on my iPad. I have now blocked out and rubbed out all of the dragon bits, and honestly, this is hours of work I am undoing here because the detail in this dragon was so beautiful, and I was so proud of it because it looks so cool. But things that look cool aren't necessarily cool, and that is something that we all need to learn. It's quite exciting actually to get to design a dress I use Apple Freeform, and I've got a massive design mood board. Like, it's honestly a massive file, but I have got a lot of inspiration here. Anything that I like, I just screenshot it and I put it into here. I'm worried that one day soon this is going to become too big for my computer even to handle while I've got other programs open, which is why I would love to have a printer. It's one thing to have your inspirations in a screen here that's not even always on your screen, but to have them literally physically around, I think would allow me to keep them top of mind a lot more. And I think it would be a lot easier to pull different ideas out when I'm trying to think and melge ideas together. Melge, where's that word coming from? What word? Weld and merge. Melge is a word, according to Urban Dictionary. It's a combination of meld and merge. Today is a big day. This is our Christmas tree. This is a lemon tree that we've had for about, how long have we had this? A year. A year? No. No. We've had this lemon tree for nearly a year now. It was outside for most of the year and they brought it in for Christmas time to protect the lemons. And this one is now ready. So we're gonna harvest it. When we bought the tree, there were little like nubbins of lemons. They were literally like that big. And this was probably the most pronounced one when we bought it. And then the rest of them all appeared. So now we've got 2 more that are going yellow here. Are there any more? Yeah, there's one back here, there's one back here, there's another one back here. That's like 6 whole lemons. But this is number 1 lemon. This is the moment when we harvest. Oh my gosh, it smells so good already. That's 1 lemon.
Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Yeah.
Look at my custard layer. Oh my gosh. Hey. Hey. I bet it's amazing.
I can't let you go, baby. I just wanna tell you that. No. Yeah. All of my friends say, girl, you better take care. Cause that man is trouble, you best beware. And though deep down, I know I might be headed for teardrops. Now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No. Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that I
Hello friends. I am going to have a little sit down chit chat session with you because I want to talk you through this painting behind me here. Let me do a little story time about the history of this painting and how it came to be. When I was at university, I had just accepted Jesus. While I was at uni, I would frequently go to charity shops in the Loughborough town area or just East Midlands area in general. And I loved collecting books. I still love books and secondhand books especially. So this is one of the books that I bought when I was at university in my final year, which was in 2022. I love Japanese woodblock prints. I love the colors of them. I love how animated they are, how fun they are. I just find them so inspiring. Look at these cats. Look at the detail. Sorry, I'm getting distracted, but okay, no, don't look at that. That's naughty. That's naughty. You shouldn't look at that. When I'm choosing books, I love big pictures. I want big pages of art references for myself, but this is not a very good example actually. This is like London. I don't want loads of writing because realistically there's just too much in there. I'm not going to read it. Small little bits of text that just give me the name, the artist, the year, bit of the detail, what's in it. Sometimes if I'm like, oh, what is that? And then big colourful pictures. Oh, they're just so creative. Look at these flames as well. I'm definitely going to take those one day. This book was first published in 1980, which I swear is before they even had computers. Is that dumb? When I saw this page right here, I fell in love with the colours, the composition immediately, and I immediately knew that this is what I wanted to paint as my big painting for the year. So you can see here, this is a little triptych, and look at the colours. You can tell very easily that I've almost exactly replicated the one in the middle. And yes, I have pondered considerably doing a triptych for this set here, but at the moment I don't know what the other paintings would consist of because I don't want to have just me 3 times. That wouldn't really make sense, but I don't know, maybe when I get married I'll do like a second one there and we'll just both be sitting together. This really inspired me because all these colours that are highlighted in this triptych here I love so much. I love reds, I love greens, I love blue gradients, I love cherry blossoms, I love ornate patterns, I love tableware, I love crockery, I love food. It's all my favourite things basically in one. I then did 2 very, very basic sketches, which I'm going to show on the screen here right now, just to kind of map it out. And it's so funny seeing now the initial sketch. Like imagine this was a blank canvas and all I had was the pictures in this book and then this sketch. And I was like, yeah, I can do it. So that's sketch 1, just getting the basic shape out so I get a bit familiar with the general form of the canvas. And then I went in and I took a picture of myself basically sitting like this. And then I did a sketch of that picture of me sitting like this with the robe, just so that I could see if it looked too odd and I couldn't actually achieve what I thought I was going to achieve in my head. And then when I saw that that was fine, I then just sketched straight onto the canvas. I'm just going to tell you, I made a big mistake when I first sketched it onto the canvas. What you're supposed to do, you're supposed to get all of your major shapes blocked out first. So that would be the table, the general shape of the legs, the outline of the body. You definitely don't want to be doing small details first, but I was just so excited to see myself on a canvas that I was like, the head is there, let me draw my features now. And I terrified myself because this is what ensued. And obviously the first time around I didn't get the eyes right, so I had to rub them out and they became very dark and very hollow and I looked like a scary vampire. Lesson from that is do not go into small details, especially not faces, until you've done all of the other major parts. And you'll save yourself a lot of time and you will not scare yourself like I did. I then went in and I did the blue background. All I had at university with me was this jelly gouache paint palette, and I would have never considered doing a large canvas like this with a jelly gouache palette if it wasn't the only thing that I had available to me at the time. This paint palette is fantastic. If you don't know what gouache paints are, they are an ideological blend of acrylic paints and watercolor paints. So they have the opacity, the punch of an acrylic paint, but they are water soluble like watercolor paints. What that means is that once you have laid the colors down or you've mixed up colors onto your palette, then you can dry them out and then you can re-wet them and reactivate the paints and then use them like that. But with acrylic paints, they come out the tube, you mix the color. Once you've laid it down and it's dried, that is never getting re-wetted again because it dries like hard plastic, which is kind of cool for some things, but not really for having a relaxing painting session. The reason I wouldn't normally consider using these paints for a big piece like this is because with something like this, you're gonna do loads of layers in order to build up the shapes. If I have painted a base layer on here, and then I now want to put another layer of paint on top of it like this, because this paint is wet, this is now dry, but this is still water soluble. If I try and brush this new wet layer onto here, I'm gonna risk re-wetting the layer underneath and mix them all up and making it look a bit ugly, like a mess. It's not gonna be good. So this obviously is gonna require some layers because look at all the detail. But what I did was something that I'd never done before and has absolutely revolutionized the way that I approach painting now. So what I did was I laid down the base layer and then I took a spray varnish and I sprayed it. I locked in that color underneath, so now it is no longer water soluble. And then I could lay another color on top as if it was a fresh canvas, and there was no danger of me lifting up the color underneath. And it takes so much stress out of the process, and it is such a joy to work with. So if you have never tried this method before, where you lay down some gouache paints, seal it in, and then paint another layer on top, I highly recommend it. So once I'd covered most of the canvas with their initial base layer, I then did my first varnish. And then yeah, I just continued to build up layers, lock it in, build up layers, lock it in. Once I had all the details in, I then went in with a black acrylic marker fine liner pen and then outlined everything in black, which should have been a lot of fun, but the paint marker that I was using wasn't the bestest of qualities ever. So it would keep splattering everywhere and also wouldn't consistently lay down color. So it should have been a lot easier than it was, but it's okay because the end result was fantastic and I'm so happy with it. But obviously now we're going to be changing the detail on the dress. Some may think it is extreme to be covering up all that hard work for potentially a trivial matter, but I think it's going to be worth the effort. Do I know what it's going to look like yet? No. Which is why I'm keeping this at the forefront of the room. It's taking center stage just so that I can keep looking at it, mulling it over, and keep ideating. But yeah, as of yet, I do not know what it's going to look like. So we'll discover that together. What I do know is that it's got to be predominantly yellow with some orange tints, because I just feel like the yellow that was coming through before adds a real accent to the painting that it kind of needs. So it will definitely be yellow based, orange details, and beautiful. Tune in next week for when I've maybe made some headway with that. Otherwise, I might have got distracted and started a new thing while I'm waiting for that idea to come, which will be completely fine. But we don't know yet. I don't know what the plan is. I actually have no plan. I actually do not have a plan whatsoever. And with that, I'm signing off now. So lots of love and peace be with you.